Kenya Revenue Authority officials have this morning appeared before the Public Investment Committee over queries raised by the Auditor General on the possible loss of billions through irregular VAT refunds and collected taxes and poor record keeping in the 2014-2015 financial year. Victor Kiprop is on standby from the Parliament with the latest on that meeting. Kiprop, what's the latest?
All right, it's been a very busy and hard morning for the Kenya Revenue officials, Julians, especially led by the Commissioner General, that's Githii Mburi, who has just been in office for a few months now, as they tried to, of course, explain to the Public Investments Committee and the, of course, representatives of the Office of the Auditor General on various queries raised by the Office of the Auditor General in the revenue statements of the 2014-2015 financial year. And some of those queries ranged all the way from, of course, uncollected taxes, poor record keeping, and even, of course, irregular payments of VAT refunds. But what stood out most in that early discussion is that, of course, possible loss of more than 4.5 billion shillings, and that is in VAT returns to 17 taxpayers, VAT returns rather, and of course, uncollected taxes to goods exported worth 16 billion shillings. Of course, but what stood out importantly, Julians, out of the 1.35 billion shillings paid out as VAT returns to the goods that were exported is some 14 million shillings that was paid to Ainu Shamsi Energy Limited, which was, of course, paid that amount in regards to exporting oil worth 1.7 billion shillings. But when the Auditor General tried to, of course, probe and do some verification with regards to this exports, there were no, of course, documents supporting this exports, showing that this company was indeed a registered exporter of oil and that indeed exported oil worth 1.7 billion shillings during the period under review. And of course, the Kenya Revenue Authority's officials, of course, were able to confirm that this company was indeed not registered or did not export oil during the period under review, and that they were able to recover the amount, but the amount was credited to a different account. And of course, some of the questions that the members of parliament in the committee were raising is that we do not really care about the amount, that the amount was recovered, but why was it really, of course, paid to the company in the first place? And is this like a snippet of what really is ongoing at the taxman's offices in and around the country? And of course, the taxman tried to explain his position, and the new incoming Commissioner General said that is relatively a new guy in the office, and asked for more than about 30 days to do to probe the matter extensively and come back to the committee with an extensive report of what could have happened, what could have been ongoing, and is it possible that the taxpayers could have lost even more? Because some of the queries that the MPs were saying is that if this is one of the queries that was flagged by the Auditor General, what about others? What about those that were not flagged? What about the other that were not, of course, probed by the Auditor General, Julians?